8:40 time for the Revelstoke Mayor Report with Gary Sauls. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Sean.
How are you?
I am good. You?
I'm back at it, so things are good.
Awesome.
Gary, I'm still trying to play a little bit of catch up on what was going on when I took a couple weeks off. And I mean, I was reading articles while I was away, but you know, when you're away, sometimes you try to just, you want the break.
Yeah, of course.
So now I'm trying to figure out what's going on in my old backyard. So you went to UBCM.
Correct.
And I know that it went all good and everything, but was there anything out of that you want to say that, that stuck out as something actually good, not like, the cloak good?
Yeah, and I think it was positive. We were able to secure 5 meetings with ministry officials, and one of them including the Premier regarding caribou. All the meetings were great. One of the best meetings was with the Ministry of Transportation and Infrastructure, their staff. So the guys that were coming out of Kamloops that actually run our area were sitting at that table. I was able to explain to them some of the issues that we have with lane separation and fatal accidents, that sort of thing. So what's going to happen now is our area manager, who comes from Cranbrook, he's going to come up. The other guy will come over, and we'll go out to some of the places that are a problem and talk about how we're going to mitigate that. So it's the first time in a long time that I've actually seen that people want to come and talk about how we can do it. Let's get it done. So I'm really happy about that. Okay,
so that's a good direction that we're in. Now, a few little things I did notice happen when I was off on my little trip was, of course, there was a bit of an open house about the idea of Begbie Mountain becoming commercialized in some way and turned into a dollar figure in some opinions. What was your kind of take on this whole thing? Did you expect to see that kind of happen, or is this kind of the thing where it's Crown land, it's kind of beyond us, we don't have a say? Do we have a say? How does it really break down?
Well, we can give our input by telling the province what we want or don't want. Whether it'll have an effect or not's another thing. I was expecting something like this to come along. I've heard rumors for the past year that, something was going to be happening, and then you see this come to the forefront. Whether it's a positive or negative is really kind of a personal thing. Having any commercial venture on Begbie is a real sore point with the community. They want that to stay the way it is. They want to be able to look at it and hike it and not have any commercial venue there. At least that's what I'm hearing from most residents.
Well, when I kind of watched it from online or from the distance, it seemed like that was the case. Now, things could still move forward. Proposals, so they go to the provincial government, not necessarily to the city of Revelstoke.
No, it's outside of our domain.
Right, and the CSRD as well.
That's correct.
Okay, so more controversy could be coming afloat.
Absolutely.
And I'm to the understanding that we're still in lots of discussions regarding the homeless shelter. And is there a date yet for the open house or public meeting?
No, we were hoping that we'd be able to do something in October. It looks like that's going to be pushed back to somewhere in November. My hope, the beginning of November, so that we can get out, we can hear the community, and be able to take some feedback back to the proponents and to BC Housing. So they're all on board as far as wanting to engage. So let's just see that come to fruition.
Several years ago, there was some dollars available. Now, I don't know where from, if it was from the feds or the province, in regards to about $100,000 for a emergency shelter. Like, it was designed here for overnight when the road closes, and we've had that happen where we've opened up gyms and people's homes and stuff like that. That's what it was kind of designed for, but it either never came to fruition for I don't know what reasons. But
so if we needed to open something like that because the road was closed, then we'll get reimbursed through Emergency Management BC. So we apply to them. So definitely there can be funds for that. But that's an actual emergency. That's not planning to have people come and stay on a nightly basis. That's if there's a tragedy or there's a whiteout or something and the roads get closed, we have to put people up. Those are the things that we would need to deal with.
Okay. Now, staffing seems like it might be getting in the right direction, that we have hired a engineer, if I'm not correct. They start November?
Yep. Director of Engineering's been hired. I'm going to say we're excited, but I just want to see him here in Revelstoke, and then I know he's here, sort of thing, and we'll bungee him to his desk.
And also there's an inspector now too. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, they're working on that. So an offer's been put out. The inspector's been here looking for housing. So
is that an issue?
Well, it's always an issue. Everybody has the same issue, including us at the City of Revelstoke, trying to find housing for
the staff.
For sure. Coming in.
Okay, so the offers are out. They're tentatively looking, but they're starting to learn. Oh wow, it's a little slim, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what we're up against.
And another question that I had was, I noticed in town that there was bylaw officers out doing their thing, and I know people were curious as to why tickets really weren't being given out throughout the summer months, but I'm to the understanding that they have staff now. They're more full in staff.
We've got 2 full-time and I believe 1 half-time. So the full-time guys have been out. The one gentleman, Jeremy, is just new. So the other fellow's been kind of showing him the ropes and how things are going. Jeremy, the new fellow, does have experience with bylaw stuff, but they were just going over how they do it here in Revelstoke. So they've done a bit of parking blitz this week. They've been dealing with dogs. There's all kinds of stuff that's been going on.
Yeah, I hear they're going to be driving around residential areas and looking at parking and issuing tickets. It's going to be cracking the whip in all sorts of areas. If you're parking on lawns, it's going to be bad.
Great, Sean. Thanks. Thanks for getting people worked up.
Yeah,
right?
you're welcome. Stir the pot. And I had one other thing I was going to ask, but I just made myself laugh. So childish of me to forget my own concept and topic, but
all right.
That's okay. I'm sure that I'll be able to come with it as soon. Is there anything else that was coming up that you think is important?
Well, I had an email from C. Revelstoke in the last couple of days, so they just want us to make mention that they have a new thing out on the website, also YouTube and Pinterest. So they're definitely getting their communication out about Revelstoke. So all kinds of people are posting to these things. It's a real awesome thing.
All right, and don't forget about the wayfinding strategy. That's going to be on Thursday, October the 10th, and I think it's at 5 or 6 p.m. at the McPherson Room to learn a little bit more about what the process is of moving forward as a tourism/historical railroad and industrial town.
Awesome.
Thanks, Gary.
Good. Thanks, Sean.